I've often heard me say that you always got to protect your mind and your brain. Your mind is your most valuable commodity that you have. It's the most important thing that you can do is feed. I still believe that to be true. I think what really separates the good to the greats are the people that use their brain the most. And what I mean by that is, I was talking to a client and they were emotional about a process, and I just had to talk to them logically. Like, look, this is the process. This is the circumstances. This is the outcome. These are the solutions, right? And I never once allowed emotion to play in the negotiations or part of any of the factors. And I think that's what I have found in my personal career is one of the most impactful things is to use logic and not emotion. There's times where you use emotion to emphasize and to sell and to be excited, but at the end of the day, like when it boils down to negotiations, you just have to think logical and rational. Most people kill deals because they blow up and blow things way out of proportion, and it's just not the case. If you were to step back from it, think about it logically, okay, and look at like all the exit strategies. And when I sit down with the client, I go over, okay, here's your best case, here's your worst case scenario, and I take all costs associated with it. What most people don't think of is their carrying costs, their monthly mortgage, their insurance, the cost of keeping their lawn mowed, everything. So if I've got a completely vacant house and the seller's being, a stickler about price, but we're showing it a lot and we're not getting offers, clearly that's a sign that it's either condition or price. Well, that's when you have to, when we think logically, okay, well, it's costing you $2,000 a month to own this property, and we could sit on the market for another 2 or 3 months, or we could make a $5,000 price adjustment and expedite the process on actually getting it sold. Or the same thing when it comes to negotiations. It's path of least resistance on a probable cause, and you have to take into consideration variable change. Things are going to happen. A deal may fall through or something of that nature. But as I'm going into my 4th year into the business, I don't get emotional about anything. I just don't. I had a client say, though, you didn't go get super excited about, the bells and whistles, the features. I was like, look, it's my job to understand what our selling points are and what our objections are going to be. What's wrong with the house and what are the pluses on it, and not get emotional, not get tied to it, and think rationally, and that way I can make those decisions and not get hot-headed or not get frustrated, or whenever I can convey feedback to a client, do it without having any emotions tied behind it. So protect your mind, use logic, and be honest with people, and your business will explode.